It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC North rivals. It's the Packers and the Vikings. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is finally time to kick off another NFL regular season, folks. Here we go, and what a game we have to start, Charles. A rivalry showdown between the Packers and the Vikings, two teams who have really defined the NFC North for some time.
So let's face it, fans in Detroit, fans in Chicago don't want to hear it, but you nailed it, because one of these two has won 13 of the last 15 NFC North titles in Green Bay. They're on a 3-year streak with 13 wins in each of those seasons. The Packers are obviously heavy favorites, but if Minnesota can get above its 8 wins from last year, they've got a chance to challenge Green Bay for this division crown.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Time to meet the Green Bay offense, and the player in charge of it, first-rounder from the 2020 draft out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now, he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the 2-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw taken in here by Jackson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Rosen. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. 11 yards there, just like last play.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the first. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. It's Rosen. And he whips that one incomplete there. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Shotgun now for Murray. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Murray. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now Murray. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that conflict when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. O'Donnell, he's on the punt as he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And this is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Two drives right to the start of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Love. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there. A big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. the right side by Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Love. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say.
That is caught by Cobb, and it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon.
And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Brian Johnson now for the extra point.
And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Vikings now heading on to the field.
And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rosen. And he fires one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And that will be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Oh, good move. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. They'll go again to Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Love going to give this one to Jones. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 61 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. On the delay, Jones. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And Johnson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Murray now. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. To throw is Murray. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He was covered by Jair.
he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. To pass, here's Jordan Love. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
74 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
The duo of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon split the work in Green Bay last season. Jones was still his excellent self with almost 1,400 all-purpose yards and 10 touchdowns. He even moved into the all-time top 5 for the Pack in rushing. No small feat with that franchise's history.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Caught by Cobb.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Randall Cobb back for a 12th NFL season, all but 2 with these Green Bay Packers. You certainly have to admire his longevity as he's one of just 3 receivers still around from the 2011 draft. He may not be the top receiver on your team, but he still contributed 375 yards last season and a first down here.
Love now to pass on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Love. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. Able to find Lazard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Again, it's Love. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Off the play fake, Love. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Love. He's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Jones will take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Jones, the ball carrier. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Out for the PAT, here's Johnson.
He He's got it, and it's 17-0.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Holding offense.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
After the penalty, it's Jones. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On 3rd down, Love. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell on down the punt of the way. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called.
And Madison hit, and the ball pops free.
And this is going to be Packer football. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
A give to Jones. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there.
He hit his first. Now this from 43.
And Johnson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Alexander Madison leading this Vikings offense out there to begin the next drive.
You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Those are well so far. They're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Touchdown, Vikings! Will Fuller, 54 yards.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The give is to Jones.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
To throw now. Here's Love. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Jones. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton there to swallow him up. On 2nd and 9, Love.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Love from the gun. And this is caught by Watkins. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there.
And this one a 41-yard attempt.
And Johnson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Murray now on 1st down.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Up the middle, it's Cook.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything.
On 2nd and 10, Love. He'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Off the option, it's Jones.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Chandon Sullivan.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and it's now 23-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. David Montgomery, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders, a touchdown run in the victory. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And as you can see, they've started the season with a focus on the running game, and it served them well in the opener so far. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Murray.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the interception, Love.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, good job defensively to recover. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball on the goal line, but what are you thinking defensively? Keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion. Force them into going for 3 and not giving up 6.
On 2nd and goal, Love. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. Love looking to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Johnson out there from the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And Johnson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Murray. And he slings one that's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Murray to air it out again. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. To throw is Murray. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 3rd down.
But defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Working out of the gun. Love. And that is incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he rifles one incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Murray. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First down, Murray. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
To Deshaun Jackson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They'll go Madison up the middle. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Madison running left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll throw it with Rosen. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Will Fuller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? And, you know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like when you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. A little jet sweep to start the drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Love. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry by Jones. They find some open field here. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 139 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's complete right side to Lazard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Love now to pass on first down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away but could not. Eric Kendricks, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. This has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Love setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
They'll run here with Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his first rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Here's Madison getting it again on second. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
From the gun, Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
First down, Love to pass. And this is caught by Watkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones,
already his 2nd touchdown here in this this opening weekend.
And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. He'll hit Jackson, complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Rosen off the play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for K.J. Osborne. Incomplete. Results final 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Murray now on first down.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's a pickup of 6.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. It's caught by Jackson. And yet again. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels...
And my goodness, another interception. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Love going to give this one to Jones. Down to about the 45.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there at a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And not much running room. Down to the 32. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. An inside give to Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out now come the Vikings.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray now.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. From just shy of midfield, Murray. He's got Smith here. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Murray to air it out again. Setting up the screen for Cook. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
It's a gain of 9.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. It's complete to Fuller. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
To throw, it's Murray. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again.
And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw is Murray. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Deshaun Jackson from 6 yards away.
Rosen, he's going to look to throw for it. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A give to Jones.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run for it with Jones.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Packers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.